Should I offer every single nail service, Tracy? Just off the bat, yes, no. Like this is a little complicated, I feel like.
We're talking about starting out?
I'm going to say
in general.
Why don't we go with starting out?
Okay.
And then we'll move into with experience. So starting out, obviously that may not be possible, but what's the strategy here?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's a lot of nail services, right? You got silks, you got fiberglasses, you got... Would I say you need to get on stuff that's not popular anymore? No. You know, it's still out there.
Yeah.
But we've come farther than that.
Sure.
Now, if we're talking about acrylics, gels, fiber gel.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about acrylic, gel, tips, pedicure, manicures, traditional, like...
I say offer everything when you're first starting out.
Okay.
That you can. I mean, obviously, you may not be proficient in gels or something like that. We need to get proficient. I started out just knowing acrylic, and the first time I came home, I've said it many times and told Stan, he's like, how did they go today? I'm like, well, I could have had a full set of gel, but
I can't do it.
I don't know how. And he's like, get a class. I don't ever want to hear you say that again.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't like, it was more like I was disappointed that I didn't know how to do gels.
Totally.
So he was trying, you know.
Oh, he was like being encouraging.
Yeah. And I know there's things that people don't like to do, right? So some people do not like to do pedicures. Now, some it's a foot thing. Like they literally kind of
hurl.
I know one nail tech in particular, like completely
can't do it.
And I get that. However, if that's not it, I mean, my first money I made as a nail tech was doing pedicures.
Yeah.
And it was good money.
Yeah.
And, you know.
It's kind of easy money like if we're relatively speaking.
Yeah. And personally, I enjoy pedicures.
Yeah.
I think it's, I used to love seeing a pedicure in the middle of my day because it's like, oh yes. They
Why?
think they're relaxed. Because it's like, here, Habib, listen to the soft music. I'm going to turn off the lights, soak for a few minutes, and I'm in the back.
It's a break.
Peeing or... It's a break.
It's a
and
break.
And they're all in there, oh, this is lovely. Tracy's amazing. And I'm like, it's a break.
But that's what I'm talking about. Relatively speaking, it's kind of easy money. You get a break.
Mm-hmm. You soak in the mask. You disappear for a little bit. You do. It's one of those also where it's not a whole lot of talking. It's supposed to be relaxing. And I enjoy pedicures. I do. So... You know, for me, I always offered pedicures.
Yeah.
I got rid of manicures as soon as I could.
Okay, that's interesting. So, why?
Because...
And you're talking tradition, like just manicure, polish, you got rid of that. Yeah. Just that service.
So, it depended where I lived, right? For Reading at the time, I didn't find that manicures gave me enough money when I could be doing something else to fill that spot. Now, that's when I got to that point of like, I could be doing artificial and making X amount on a fill. Let's say, for instance, now I can make $60 on a fill, but most people are only charging $25, $30 for a manicure.
Right. A huge difference.
Why would I do this when I can do this in the same amount of time?
Correct.
You know, but that's when I was able to start eliminating the services I no longer wanted to do.
So in the beginning, though, you had those services because
I just wanted someone in my seat.
You wanted to build.
And sometimes you can upsell, like a manicure. Now, when I moved to San Luis Obispo, I started doing manicures again. But I was getting $65 for a manicure.
Yeah.
So
why was it that when you moved, you were able to do manicures again? Why?
Because it was paying there.
Oh,
it was paying.
Strictly
again, I'm starting out with no clients again.
Yeah.
So
you got to offer everything.
Want a body in the seat, right? So offer everything, and then you never know. Someone gets a couple manicures, and they're like, man, you know, I really would love my nails to be long. Hey, have you heard of gel? You know, did you know that's what I'm wearing? Or whatever it is, you know, and oh, really? Well, I thought it did. You can educate while they're there.
Right.
And then you get that more of a loyal client. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Manicure, pedicure clients are loyal, but you can go, I finally need a manicure. I can't stand it anymore. I'll book an appointment. Whereas a fill is more on this set schedule.
And also to that point, a manicure, you know, again, it's not like a specialty service that only you can provide. It's kind of a commodity where you can kind of go anywhere to get it. Whereas enhancements, that's where you can start to differentiate yourself, right?
Yes and no.
Manicure?
Manicures. I didn't do a basic manicure. I wanted to set, when I was doing manicures, I wanted to set myself apart when it came to manicures. So so I made it a little more special and a good massage and then got the scrub. So you don't have to go basic.
Okay.
You can, there's people that specialize in manicures and they offer all kinds of different, this type, anti-aging manicure. And this.
Yes. I guess what I'm saying is you can really because to teach somebody how to do an arm massage, right, takes like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
To teach somebody how to do like nail
Artificial.
art.
It's a little more skill. It's
absolutely.
skill. There's
Skill. That's what I mean. Is
Yeah.
like you need more skill. You can differentiate yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Full cover tips.
Yeah.
That's something it's a little faster to learn, right?
Yeah.
You can, especially like if you are a salon owner and you have new people coming in. I love the fact that we have this new service that you can kind of teach your people. And again, clients are coming in and asking for it. It's not like you're trying to talk them into it. So that's another midstream service. Now, some people don't want to offer those. They want to do sculpts. They want to do that. But guess what? I know I'm thinking of one particular nail tech I know right now that has moved, and that's not her thing that she wants to do.
To offer.
But she offers it right now.
Yeah.
And
Smart.
usually she talks them in after a couple times when they're like, well, I kind of want this. And she's like, then we need to move you over.
Right.
But she offers it.
Yeah.
She don't want to, and she will get rid of it as soon as she can.
Yes. So this is really good. Like, it's such a great strategy. Like, you can, so if let's I just want to go back real quick to starting out. You want to be able to offer everything. You have to build those skills. While you're building those skills, let's say you can offer, fiber gel in our case, fiber gel with tips.
Yep.
Which the learning curve is very, very way lower.
Way lower.
You can offer these services. You can charge for them. You can build a clientele. In the meantime, you're building your skills on traditional hard gel, acrylic,
everything else.
And then with time, you can start to maybe you show up one week with insane dimensional hard gel nail art, and your clients are like, yo, what is that? Well, this is something I can't get as much dimension.
We can get what we've given you, but if you want to take it to the next level,
I need to get you on hard gel.
Yeah.
Well, I want to try that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You've gained their trust, right? That it's a trust thing, really, when it comes to nail hair, any of it.
Trust, totally.
It's a trust, and once you've gained that trust after a couple times, and they realize that you're about taking care of their needs and making sure you don't do any damage and do all that, they get a lot more free.
Right.
And also that you're kind of on the same page of when you say this, the nail tech's understanding what you actually mean.
Right.
So you just start gaining. Eventually, all my clients would just do what you want.
Yes.
Do what you want.
I really like what you just said right now. Once you build that trust, it's like any business relationship, right? Like if I have a guy that I want to do some IT in my house, for my internet and I want better connection, he comes over. Let's say he just goes, you know what you need, and he just starts dropping all this stuff. I'd be like, dude, get it, like just trying to sell me. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
You're like, wait, what's going on?
Instead, if he comes in and says, I'm going to set you up in the future, if you want to upgrade, let me know. I can always keep you up to date on what the tech is. I'd be like, cool, man. Hey, actually, what is going on? Like that type of approach with trust, as he does this job, I can work maybe later to add things in. And then eventually I would be like, dude, give me what you got, bro. Like, I love, it's the same. It's like, that's a business relationship.
I always call it, it's a mutual respect.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your money and they appreciate what you do and your professional opinion and all that. So it works out. Yeah.
And so let's now go on to Seasoned Pro. So Seasoned Pro moves, we see this all the time, right? Different area, different location. and all of a sudden, like you were just mentioning, another nail technician doesn't really want to offer the service of tips, but maybe that's popular right now in this area, has to do it.
Yeah.
Right. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
There's nothing wrong with it.
it's the smart move.
That's why you really want to look at your market, right? Like if I'm starting out or whatever, or I'm moving somewhere, I'm not going to go, oh, this is a complete gel community, but I want to specialize in acrylic. You can eventually, you can, or vice versa. You can move your clientele over as you gain clientele. You remove clientele of nails you don't want to do, but it's just getting yourself started. You know, it's going to take a lot longer if you don't. So why not? And then gain the trust, and then also working your social media of what you offer. You know, if you want to only specialize in gel, then, you know, keep posting gel nails, but you also want to show that you do, hey, I do the full cover tips, I do this, but check out what you can do with the gel, and then it'll happen.
Yeah.
Again, it'll happen.
That is building a business. This is where it's so hard. You know, nail technicians have to be, we always say this, they've got to be the marketer, the accountant, the janitor, and the nail tech, all these things into one. And you're a business person. Ultimately, you have to make smart business decisions. What you want to do sometimes is not the best thing for the business. Well, this is my business and I want to do that. The reason why I started my own business is because I want to do what I want to do.
Be in charge.
I want to be in charge. What's funny is, and we say this a lot on Twitch, we always tell people, like, you guys are like, you're my boss. Like, I answer to the market. Ultimately, I have to, and that it's not what I want to do. You know, when we look at videos like we're doing right now, we're in this intense sort of like study of like videos and what work all the time, constantly. But what I want to do with videos would be very far removed from nails, period. It would be like wacky, crazy, sometimes that's incorporated, but it's not the best thing to do that 7 days a week. We tried it. It didn't work.
It didn't work. Yeah.
Right. So we have to adjust. Yeah. We build nails. It's a little bit different because in nails, it's like there's a fixed number of people ultimately that you can bring in.
You're going to hit the ceiling.
You're going to hit the ceiling. The positive of that, though, is what you said, Tracey, which is, oh, well, then I don't want to do tips anymore. So I can eventually switch this person out and do what I want to do. But in the beginning.
Yeah. And you don't necessarily have to switch that person out, because sometimes you go, listen, I really don't want to do these anymore. So I have a great person I think you'll love, or we can switch you out to what I'm going to be specializing in.
Yeah.
And typically they're going to stay with you. And if not, you're just going to replace them with someone else, so, but you give them the option.
Yeah.
You don't just give them the boot, but it's you get to, and that's a little different, right, than what we do with the content. We have to make sure that everybody's loving it and liking it.
Totally.
We're not going to hit a ceiling and go, now we're going to start doing what you don't like.
Can you imagine?
We've hit the top. We're getting
we're top of the mountain. We're doing what we want.
With your clientele, you hit that ceiling, and then you go, either I extend my hours, extend my days, or I start funneling and doing what I want. And you can, and that's what I love about this industry is we get to do that.
You do eventually. Once you have your clientele, you can do it.
Not right away.
I think overall, it's a good strategy for like whether you're starting out or whether you're seasoned. I think the message though is you should be able to execute all services. Yeah. And then depending on your market, depending on where you are in your career, you can make adjustments on what you want to offer, but don't let the customer basically take that money. I know everybody gets mad about me talking about money. That's what we're here for. That's what you're here for.
Let's make a living.
Absolutely.
And then make it what we want.
Love it, Trace. Thank you.
Subscribe channel now. Subscribe channel now. Subscribe channel now.